Hi, and welcome to Why Catholic, my new podcast on the what and why of Catholicism. My name is Justin Hibbard, and I'll share a little bit about my journey throughout these episodes, but the gist of my story is that I spent 40 years in various Protestant circles, mainly Baptist, but also some time in Pentecostal, Wesleyan, Mennonite, Presbyterian, and even evangelical communities. I was in pastoral ministry for 11 years. I'm the co-founder of Christianity is Jewish, and at the age of 41, I entered into the Catholic Church. One of the things I really love doing is taking complex ideas and breaking them down in ways that's easy to digest and understand. I was a Spanish teacher for a number of years. I trained teachers on technology for a handful of years. I even built a course on options trading. And more recently, I had a podcast called Politics and Plain English, where I help people understand a political situation, an idea, or event without all the spin that you get in the 24/7 news channels. But I am really excited about this next venture, a podcast where I'll be explaining what Catholics believe. Actually, more than that, I'm going to get into the why behind Catholic theology. However, one of the most important things I want to stress is that this podcast is not just for Catholics. It's for everyone. Maybe you have a friend or a family member who is Catholic and you want to understand why they believe what they do. Maybe you're considering Catholicism. Maybe you're struggling to understand some of the theological concepts behind Catholicism. Maybe you're even a cradle Catholic, but your catechism classes were so long ago, you really don't know why it is that you do what you do. Maybe you're just curious. Whether you fit into any of those categories or something else, welcome. So let me get to my own why. Why am I doing this podcast? One of the things that I realized in my own journey is that when it came to Catholicism, most of the things I knew didn't come from Catholic sources. They came from other Protestants who would explain all the things that Catholics believed. Well, really what they thought Catholics believed. As I continued to move toward Catholicism, I realized how much I and others had gotten wrong about Catholic theology. And so the Lord laid this desire on my heart to share the truth, the goodness, and the beauty that is Catholicism. While there are some differences between Catholicism and other Christian sects, there's also just a ton of misunderstanding and talking past each other. Hopefully, maybe this podcast can help with that. Let me tell you a little bit about the format for this podcast. These episodes will generally be no more than 17 minutes in length. That's how long TED Talk says a lecture should be. So the goal here is not to exhaust theological concepts. I'll share additional resources like books, videos, and other podcasts if you want to go deeper on a particular subject. And of course, there's always Thomas Aquinas' 5-volume Summa Theologica if you want to get really crazy. Now, the Catholic Church is a really big tent, and so I'm going to sprinkle in episodes with interviews with clergy, missionaries, converts, other Catholics, and maybe highlight a particular saint here or there, because I think it's really important not just to hear the what and why behind Catholicism, it's also important to hear how that theology gets lived out in beautiful ways. G.K. Chesterton, one of my favorite Catholic authors, said, "Let your religion be less of a theory and more of a love affair." For those of you interested in some more interaction, consider becoming a patron. For just a few dollars a month, it comes with some perks, including recommending future episodes, priority in having your questions answered in Q&A episodes, and participating in live Zoom meetings together. Most importantly, a portion of every paid subscription will go to support various Catholic ministries. Would you consider being a patron? You can find out more at whycatholic.substack.com. Lastly, please be sure to subscribe to Why Catholic on your favorite podcast provider. Thank you for joining me for Why Catholic. My name is Justin Hibbard. Let's get started.